Hiya, it's the 1st of October and today's been a really special day for both me and Ken. We've had a couple of friends down who lived in Leeds now since the birth of their little girl this year in April, Demi. And they decided to come down for the weekend. Well, they didn't decide to, but Rob's car needed an MOT in Peterborough. So we arranged a meet up this morning and yeah, it was really good. We got a little bit of a chat with them, and within 10 minutes of them arriving, Ken and Robin had a highly intellectual conversation about Xbox, which left me and Mel talking about girly stuff and having a catch up, and of course cooing over her little baby girl because she's adorable. Yeah, I mean, the first thing that made me laugh really was Demi's really bad job of hiding the fact she was having a poo, because she just does the whole thing, which is really funny. But yeah, and then Mel wanted me to help her change her, so we went to the toilets and sorted that out, which was really good. And yeah, I mean, I was nervous because, you know, I didn't want to get judged and it was going to be like a real test of how natural I was with her, I thought. So it did scare me a little bit, but I got through it and I helped her change her and managed to up a really small tiny fiddly button on the back of her top in pitch blackness because the light decided it was going out, so I couldn't see a thing, and still managed it, so I was pretty impressed. And then yeah, I carried Demi back to the table and she was sat on my lap for a little bit, and Ken kept trying to pretend to grab her from across the table, so she ended up scratching him really hard across the hand, which made me laugh. So yeah, then she was like attacking Ken with one hand and holding my finger with the other hand, which was really sweet. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm not just telling you this to ramble on. I mean, it sounds like I am, but no, the real reason I wanted to do this video blog was because, as well as having a good catch up and a girly giggle, we also had like a really big chat about babies and what to expect and stuff. I mean, the first thing we talked about was weaning them, because I know a lot of people have said that you shouldn't really put your baby on solid food until 6 months, and I was a bit worried about that because I've heard of babies that drink loads of milk. Like, I used to do that when I was a baby. I used to hate not having a lot. I used to be really hungry all the time. And Mel said to me that although they say not to do it before 6 months, their digestive system is fully developed at 3 months. So as long as you're starting them on little bits of food, like just porridge or something like that, and not giving them lots, then that's fine. I mean, she told me that she started off on SMA milk for Demi, but she was always hungry and it wasn't filling her up, so she swapped to Cow and Gate for the Hungrier Babies one. But although that was doing better, it wasn't completely filling her at 3 months. So she decided to give her a small amount of porridge for breakfast each day, and that helped. That stopped her whinging, and that seemed to be really good for her. And now she's 6 months on Monday, and now she has a little bit of porridge for breakfast in the morning. She has a yoghurt at lunchtime, and this like powder stuff, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like a powder that you mix with water and it tastes like cauliflower cheese and stuff like that, because Mel noticed that Demi doesn't like the jars of baby food. She can tell it's not real stuff and it doesn't taste like it, and she doesn't like it, whereas this powder does taste like the actual food, and I think that's why Demi will take that a lot easier. It made me feel a lot better really, because I'm always worried that I'm not sticking to what the health visitors saying and that they're going to have a go at me and that I'm not going to do it right. But I mean, it just shows that mums know best, doesn't it really? I mean, yeah. We also talked about childbirth and what I should expect from that, because she asked me how I felt about it, and I admitted that I was really nervous, because obviously I know it's going to hurt. That goes without saying. Every woman that's ever given birth has always said it hurts. So it's a little bit, because I don't like pain, I'm a little bit nervous about that. But then there was also the, what if there's complications, because, you know, she could end up upside down breech, because they're supposed to come out head first, but if she stays feet first, then I could have a problem with that. And just things like tearing, and or me having something wrong with me or something like that, just anything going wrong. I was really nervous. And I told Mel this because I could trust her, and she said that complications are very rare. You see them a lot on telly and you hear about them, but the hospital usually know how to deal with things these days. It's usually not that serious anymore. She said the thing about tearing is the best way to avoid as much tearing as possible. If you have, like, if you tear anyway, then there's not a lot they can do. But they do always say to you, until you're fully dilated and told to push, don't push, no matter how bad the urge is. Because it will really feel like it. But that can cause the tearing if you're not fully dilated. Because obviously it's not got enough room to get out, so it's just going to rip. Which I really don't want to think about. But, yeah. She then told me that the contractions hurt. Like, obviously a lot. But she said try just cuddling up to Ken and talking to him, listening to music, things like that. And just try not to focus on the pain and just having a laugh and trying to get through it. Hopefully he'll be able to make me laugh, because me and Ken are like that. We have a bit of banter, and hopefully that'll take my mind off it a little bit, and it will help me relax, which is a big thing, because I've been told that when you relax, your muscles aren't having to work so hard with the contractions, so it doesn't hurt as much. Whereas when you're tense, it causes more pain because of the fact that the muscles are tense as well. Yeah, I mean, talking to her, it made me feel a lot better about it all. I know what's going to come in a few months' time, and I feel more ready for it. So I'm hoping it's going to be a lot less scary now. And I'm really glad that I saw them and that it put my mind at ease. So yeah.